A disgraced champion steps back into the spotlight, facing a crowd that won't forget her past. With tensions boiling over and rivals waiting to strike, can she reclaim her legacy, or will the backlash end her career for good? The arena in Orlando, Florida, was packed to capacity, buzzing with anticipation for TNA's final resolution. Fans had come expecting a night of action, surprises, and drama, but no one was prepared for what unfolded. The energy shifted the moment the lights dimmed, and the familiar opening notes of Tessa Blanchard's entrance music blared through the speakers. The crowd froze for a split second before erupting, not with cheers, but with loud, unrelenting boos. As Tessa stepped onto the stage, her confident stride faltered slightly. She wore a smirk that seemed forced, a thin veil over the storm brewing in the audience. The chants began almost immediately, "She's a racist." The words echoed, loud and clear, drowning out the music. Tessa paused at the top of the ramp, adjusting her jacket, trying to ignore the deafening hostility. The crowd's anger wasn't unwarranted. Tessa's past controversies had followed her like a shadow, refusing to fade. Allegations of bullying and racism, denied but corroborated by multiple voices, had once derailed her career. She had been a star, the first woman to hold the Impact World Championship, but her fall from grace had been just as dramatic. Now, her return to TNA felt less like a triumphant comeback and more like a gamble, a move that divided fans and critics alike. Tessa reached the ring, climbing in with a deliberate slowness. The crowd's chants only grew louder. She grabbed a microphone, her expression shifting to one of defiance. "Let me guess," she began, her voice cutting through the noise, "you all think you know me. You think you know what happened, who I am, and what I stand for. But here's the thing, you don't." The audience wasn't buying it. Boos rained down, and the chants continued. Tessa's attempt to control the narrative was slipping through her fingers. Before she could continue, Jordynne Grace's music hit. The former Knockouts world champion marched down the ramp, her eyes locked on Tessa. The crowd's energy shifted slightly, some cheers breaking through the hostility. Jordynne entered the ring without hesitation, grabbing a microphone of her own. "Tessa, I think the crowd's making it pretty clear how they feel about you," Jordynne said, her voice steady but sharp. "You don't get to walk back in here like nothing happened. You don't get to rewrite history." Tessa's smirk returned, but it was colder this time. "Rewrite history? Jordynne, I am history. You're standing in the ring with the woman who broke barriers, who did what no one else could. And you're mad because I'm back to take what's mine." The tension between the two women was palpable. The crowd, still chanting, seemed torn between supporting Jordynne and continuing to vent their anger at Tessa. "You can talk about your accomplishments all you want," Jordynne shot back, stepping closer to Tessa. "But you don't get to erase the damage you've done. People don't forget, Tessa. And they don't forgive that easily." Tessa raised an eyebrow, her grip tightening on the microphone. "I didn't come here for forgiveness, Jordynne. I came here for redemption. And if you, or anyone else in that locker room, has a problem with that, you know where to find me." The crowd erupted again, some booing, others cheering Jordynne's boldness. The segment ended with the two women standing face to face, the tension between them promising a showdown that no one would want to miss. The next week, the fallout from Tessa Blanchard's return dominated the wrestling world. Social media was ablaze, with fans, wrestlers, and analysts all weighing in. TNA released a carefully worded statement, acknowledging the backlash but emphasizing their commitment to giving everyone a chance to tell their story. In the ring, however, there was no scripted PR. The crowd at the next taping in Nashville, Tennessee, was just as vocal, if not more. The boos and chants of "she's a racist" started the moment Tessa appeared on the screen, a pre-taped promo airing on the big screen. Tessa, sitting in a dimly lit room, stared directly into the camera. "I've heard everything you've said about me," she began, her voice low but steady. "I've read every tweet, every article, every comment. And I'm not here to deny my past. But I'm also not here to let it define me." She paused, as if choosing her words carefully. "You want me gone? You want me erased? Too bad. I'm here and I'm staying. Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that you can't let other people dictate your story. I've made mistakes, but I've also made history. And I'm not done yet. The promo ended, and the crowd's reaction was immediate, a mix of boos, jeers, and a few scattered cheers. The tension carried into the night's main event, a tag team match featuring Jordynne Grace and Mickie James against Tessa Blanchard and Savannah Evans. As Tessa's music hit, the crowd erupted again, but she walked out with the same defiant smirk. Her body language screamed confidence, but her eyes betrayed a flicker of unease. The chants of "she's a racist" were relentless, but she didn't falter. The match began, and Tessa started off against Jordyn. The two locked up, their chemistry undeniable despite the personal tension. Every move was precise, every counter seamless. The crowd, though still hostile, couldn't deny the talent on display. Midway through the match, Tessa took control, delivering a series of high-impact moves that left Jordyn reeling. But instead of capitalizing, she paused, glancing at the crowd. The hesitation cost her. Jordyn countered with a thunderous spinebuster, shifting the momentum. The match reached its climax when Tessa and Jordyn found themselves alone in the ring. The crowd was on their feet, the chants reaching a fever pitch. Tessa went for her finisher, the hammerlock DDT, but Jordyn reversed it into a Grace driver. The referee's hand hit the mat. 1, 2, 3. The arena erupted in cheers for Jordyn as her hand was raised in victory. Tessa rolled out of the ring, clutching her neck, her expression a mix of frustration and defiance. She locked eyes with Jordyn, who stood tall in the ring, sending a clear message: redemption wouldn't come easy. As Tessa made her way up the ramp, the crowd's chants followed her. She paused at the top, turning to face them one last time. For a moment, it looked like she might say something, but she shook her head and disappeared backstage. The show ended with Jordyn celebrating in the ring, the crowd firmly behind her. Tessa's return had reignited old wounds and sparked new rivalries, leaving fans eager to see what would happen next.